Ajiman. I am the founder and designer of Copadas. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel, like our videos. What we do on our YouTube channel is provide that little bit of extra advice, home styling tips for your bedroom, living room, bathroom, wherever it may be in your home. Just a little touch of expert advice. So welcome. I'm just going to get straight into it. What we are here to discuss is how to style your home with pillows and cushions. Now, we've seen the resurgence of pillows and cushions, and it's a great way to just inject some texture or color into your space. And there's some really great options out there. So I just want to dive straight in. So first and foremost, the thing that you need to address is what style of cushion do you like? So you've got the bolster, which is the circular side, or you've got a square cushion, rectangular. And it's a question of, do you want to go large? Do you want to go small? Do you want to go big? And this all depends on the look that you're trying to achieve and also the space that this is going into. So just to give you an example, so for a bedroom dressing, if you want to go for that kind of hotel vibe luxe, what I personally would recommend doing is keeping your pillows as they are. Sometimes, I mean, depending on the bed size, say let's say for example, you have a double, I'd recommend about 4 standard size pillows. And then with that, you can dress them with a large size cushion and a smaller cushion, just to give that extra feel of luxury. So kind of when you step into the bed, you're just like, I've arrived. This is lovely. This is lush. So that's another great way. Also, if you're more of a minimal, toned down, stripped down kind of vibe for your bedroom, I would just go for 2 smaller square cushions, just to give a bit of, you know, a minimal quality feel. So that's kind of the 2 options for the bedroom. Now, if we're talking, let's say for the living room, the sofa, depending on your style of sofa, I'm gonna go with a straightforward 3-seater sofa. There's many ways to dress that. With a 3-seater, for example, you have the space to go big and then kind of trim it down with smaller cushions. So what I would recommend is doing 2 big cushions either side, and then you could do that in a bold print, depending if that's your style, or pop of color, which is always great. And then you can kind of slowly work your way in and then put smaller cushions at the front, which is more of a neutral palette. So that way you've got a balance in the room. And most importantly, you have to remember what other colors are interacting with these cushions, because you don't want things to be overwhelmed. So for example, if you're working with, let's say, a gray neutral palette, but you want a pop of color, you can always go with the emerald green, which is neutral but screams luxury. Or you could do like a cobalt blue or a burnt copper. All of these colors you can bring in depending on what colors you already have going on. So just remember to kind of think of and consider the room's colors when choosing cushions. And the great thing that I love about cushions is that they're almost a temporary fix to a greater problem. So sometimes you're looking at the room, you've had it for the same way for about 6 months. You want to change, but you know you don't need anything major. So what you can do is just literally change cushion covers depending on the mood of the room or the season. So what a lot of my clients do, or what I suggest for them to do, is change it by season. So for example, as we are kind of approaching the height of summer, I would say, I would kind of add a pop of color just to, you know, feel that warmth and sunshine. So maybe pops of yellows, pops of blue, pops of red, just to kind of bring that kind of luxury feel. And another question that I often get asked is, how many is too many? Now, remember, if you have a smaller sofa, you have to work with the restraints of that sofa. So for a smaller sofa, or even for a singular armchair, I would go no more than 45 to 50 centimeters for a cushion. If you have the space to play with and you want to add a bit of drama, I would go all the way up to 65. That works really well in the space. It adds a sense of vibrancy, and as soon as you walk in, you kind of recognize, should I say, the pillow game. And another factor to talk about is the fact that you can now make your space, depending on how you've styled it, you can actually introduce these cushions and pillows onto the ground. So you can kind of have a on the ground ensemble kind of vibe. It doesn't necessarily always have to be in the armchair or dining chair. you can create sort of a Moroccan feel where everything comes together as one on the ground, which is also an excellent way to add a bit of texture to the space. So those are my quick, fiery top tips. So just to recap, 1, the size. So you can go extra large, medium and small, but just remember you need to think about the size of the space of where you're placing it. 2, how many cushions. Now that is more to personal preference. If you like a minimal look, I would strip it down to a maximum of, let's say, 3 or 4. If you like it layered, then you can go all out. But just once again, remember the space that you're putting in and the colors you're interacting with. 3, the shape. Now the shape is very important. Remember, you can have a bustier, you can have rectangular, you can have a large rectangular. It all depends on the look and feel that you're trying to go for. So always remember and put that in mind. So those are my top 3 tips on how to style pillows and cushions in your home. To subscribe and like our videos, and you can also find us on Instagram and follow us on there too, as well as Twitter and Facebook. Thank you.